Hi, everyone. We are back. Welcome to this week's episode of What the Insurance. This is episode 9, and today we're going to talk about preventive care. I am on my phone again this week because I just thought it was easier to use, maybe a little bit shaky. Let me know if you guys can't really follow. So we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, this week we're going to talk about preventive care. Preventive care is literally one of my favorite things to talk about when I do open enrollment meetings, just because there's so much information that I feel like people don't really know. And it's usually eye-opening when I do open enrollment meetings. So hopefully it's eye-opening for you guys as well. So by way of the Affordable Care Act, and while it's still in place today, you all have, through your health insurance, most employers, if not all employers, most insurance companies, if not all insurance companies, are required to offer you preventive services covered at 100%, no charge to you. Yes, I said it. Covered at 100%, no charge to you, unless you go out of network. You have to go in network. So as long as you're going to your primary care doctor and that doctor is in the network for your insurance company, if you have a preventive visit, it is covered at 100%. What qualifies as a preventive visit? Okay, it cannot be a visit where you are going in and saying that something is going on. The minute you tell the doctor something is wrong, it becomes a diagnostic visit. So it's important that you make sure that you tell the doctor you are going for your preventive visit. Okay, anything that is included in that preventive visit is considered, as long as it's considered preventative, it's covered at 100%. That's your testing, your scans, all of the stuff that goes with the preventive visits. And the doctors know. You're not required to know every little thing that comes with a preventive visit. The doctors know. The minute you tell them it's a preventive visit, they know what to do. They're going to run your blood work. They're going to run the testing that comes with it so that they know. As long as you know that you're there for preventive visit, they know what to run to make sure you're getting your preventive services, okay? So the one question that I get asked the most when I give these presentations as it pertains to this subject is, well, why did I get a bill in the mail if I went in for a preventive visit? Favorite question. So here we go. When that question is asked to me in the meetings, here is how I respond. What did you tell the doctor when they asked you their favorite question? And they're like, what is their favorite question? What brings you in today? Anytime you go to the doctor, the person who checks you in at the front desk, the registrar, they're going to ask you, what brings you in today? Really nice. The nurse that checks you in, does all of your vitals, they're going to ask you, what brings you in today? The doctor, when they finally come in to see you, they're going to ask you, what brings you in today? Everyone you see is going to ask you, what brings you in today? And you're going to be tricked up and think that you should respond by telling them, oh, my back hurts. As a matter of fact, my knee's been giving me problems. The minute you tell them that, it becomes a diagnostic visit. And they're going to do everything in their power to diagnose you, to figure out what's causing your knees to hurt, what's causing your back to hurt. Do you need some medicine? Do we need to run some scans? That is all diagnostic because they're trying to diagnose what is wrong with the issue you told them you're having. If it is indeed a preventive visit, and that is what you scheduled the visit for, then you tell them, I am here for my preventive visit. I'm just here for my preventive visit. I'm just here for my preventive visit. You can't say it too many times. I'm just here for my free checkup. I'm here for my annual checkup. Whatever you want to call it, tell them you're there for your preventive visit. And then you go back for the back pain and the knee pain, everything else, okay? If you are intentionally, that's the word I'm looking for. If you intentionally scheduled a preventive care visit, when you go in, you tell them you are there for your preventive care visit, and they will run the test and everything that goes along with that. Okay. And then you call back and schedule an appointment for your diagnostic visit or schedule on your way out the door. But make sure you don't tell them that your back and everything else is hurting while you're in that preventive care visit, because then it becomes a diagnostic visit. And at that point, you can be subject to copay, deductible, co-insurance, whatever it is that or however your plan is set up. But if it's preventive, it's going to be covered at 100%. Keep in mind, that also includes prescriptions. There are some prescriptions that are considered preventive, like birth control, for example, that has the potential to be covered at 100% as well. So talk to your HR and make sure you talk to your pharmacy to verify that you're getting the preventive benefit of your prescription drugs, okay? So there are schedules. This is very important, okay? If you go to the website, write this down, www www.healthcare.gov. www.healthcare.gov. That website will give you access to the schedule of preventive services. There's a schedule for adults, a schedule for women separately. Yes, we are special. And a schedule for children. Okay. So what that means is if you go to the doctor for your preventive services and it's not on the schedule, then you may incur a charge. So what do I mean by that? Mammograms, for example. Mammograms for women who are over the age, I'm checking my notes, who are over the age 40 are considered preventive. If a woman has to get a mammogram before the age of 40, it is probably diagnostic. It's because your doctor noticed something or sees something that they need to check for. If it's after age 40, it's considered preventive. So at that point, it's going to be covered at 100%. So that's just one example. Another example, osteoporosis. Osteoporosis screening can be prevented for women over the age of 60. Again, if you're under the age of 60 and your doctor asks you to do an osteoporosis screening, it's probably not preventive. It's probably diagnostic, okay? So there is a schedule of services. Women, we are special. We have a separate doctor that men don't have, our OB/GYN doctor. Those visits, when you're going in for your annual checkup, your annual pap smear, those visits are preventive, covered at 100%, as long as it's not intended to be diagnostic. If your doctor finds something from your preventive visit and asks you to come back for a follow-up pap or a follow-up scan or something of that nature, that is no longer preventive. That's diagnostic. But when you're going in for that initial annual checkup, it is considered preventive. So check out that website, www.healthcare.gov. You will find a schedule of benefits for adults, for women, and for children. Parents, I have 2 kids. When you have children, and within that first 6 months, if you have little ones, you know that first 6 months, you're taking them to the doctor like every week. Not because something's wrong, but because that's what the requirement is. The doctors have you come in and want you to get, they have to get their vaccinations or they have to get their checkup. Those different things are considered preventive. As long as it's not diagnostic, as long as you're not going in because the kid is sick, then it is considered preventive, okay? So check out that schedule of preventive services. There is a separate one for children. And you'll be able to see all of those visits at the beginning are going to be considered preventive as long as you're not taking them in for something wrong, okay? Now, key takeaways. It is important to note you have to go in network, okay? And it has to be preventive. Now, I don't want anyone to walk away from this video saying, Ebony told me only go to the doctor when it's preventive. That is not the key takeaway here. When you have an issue, go to the doctor, okay? Call your doctor, schedule an appointment, get your behind to the doctor. If it's something wrong, go to the doctor. Schedule your appointment, go to the doctor. But preventive, if it is preventive, if there's nothing wrong, if you're not experiencing pain, you're just going for your annual checkup, take advantage of it, guys. It's free. You get it every year. Go to the doctor and get your preventive services checkup. That's covered at 100%. And then on your way out the door, schedule the next appointment for all the other stuff you have going on that you need to see the doctor for. So I don't want anyone to think I'm telling you not to go to the doctor. Go to the doctor if something's wrong. But if it's nothing wrong and you just want to get your preventive visits, make sure you tell them that's what you're there for. And it's covered at 100%. Same thing with the pharmacy. When you go to the pharmacy, make sure you talk to them and that they're giving your prescriptions under preventive services, not diagnostic. Okay? If you guys have any questions, you guys know where to find me. Follow me on Instagram at what_the_insurance. You'll see my videos along with some other very informative posts that I put up there throughout the week. Also, check me out on YouTube. The link is in the description below. All of my archive videos are posted there. Catch me next week, Facebook Live, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will be discussing networks. I mentioned a couple times today that your preventive services are covered 100% if you go in network. What is a network? What does that even mean? We'll talk about that next week. Join me next week to uncover the mystery. Happy Thursday, guys. Thank you.